You've been sold a fantasy. Every prepper influencer, every survivalist YouTube channel, every freeze-dried food company with a slick website has been feeding you the same expensive delusion. They tell you to stock up on their proprietary emergency meals. They show you buckets of astronaut food that costs $8 per serving. They call it preparation. I call it a $3,000 mistake that'll fail you when the supply chain actually breaks. Because here's what they're not telling you. When disaster strikes, when the trucks stop rolling, when your neighborhood loses power for 3 weeks, the guy who spent thousands on fancy freeze-dried lasagna is the guy eating like a king for the first week, then starving by week 2. He bought expensive calories with a 25-year shelf life, but only enough volume for 30 days. The math doesn't work. The survival food industry is selling you comfort, not longevity. Meanwhile, the Red Cross, FEMA, and actual disaster response organizations, the people who've been in the business of keeping humans alive through real catastrophes for over a century, they're not stockpiling gourmet freeze-dried chili mac. They're storing 15 specific foods that cost pennies per pound, last longer than your mortgage, and provide the actual nutritional foundation for survival. Not comfort, survival. And here's the part that'll keep you watching. The last 3 items on this list are foods that prepper companies actively discourage you from buying because they can't mark up the price 400%. These aren't Instagram-worthy. They're not exciting, but they're what's actually sitting in the strategic reserves right now, proven by 50-plus years of storage data. This isn't about what feels prepared. It's about what works when everything else has collapsed. Before we dive into the list, you need to understand the framework that separates amateur food hoarding from professional disaster preparedness. I call it the density doctrine, and it's brutally simple. Every food you store must pass 3 tests simultaneously: caloric density, storage stability, and nutritional completeness. Miss any one of these, and you're wasting space, money, and your survival margin. Here's why this changes everything. Caloric density means calories per pound. In a real emergency, you're not eating for pleasure. You're fueling a body that's under extreme stress. You need $2,000 to test on 500 calories per day, minimum. If your food weighs too much relative to its calorie content, you'll run out of storage space before you hit adequate supply levels. A 300 square foot apartment can store 6 months of high-density calories or 3 weeks of low-density food. Choose wrong, and you failed before the crisis even starts. Storage stability means decades, not years. Not 5 years. Not even 10. We're talking 30, 40, 50-plus years of verified shelf life under proper conditions, because the disaster you're preparing for might not happen this year. It might not happen in the next decade. But when it does, your 2015 emergency food better still be edible in 2045. Nutritional completeness means the food provides macro and micronutrients your body actually needs. Pure sugar has great caloric density, but 0 nutritional value. You'll have energy for 3 days, then your body starts cannibalizing itself. You'll develop scurvy, pellagra, beriberi, all the diseases of deficiency that killed sailors and prisoners throughout history. The Red Cross figured this out in the 1960s after decades of disaster response. The prepper industry still hasn't caught up because there's no profit in telling you to buy $50 worth of rice instead of $500 worth of branded buckets. 1 doctrine, 3 tests, 0 compromise. The crisis, the 72-hour myth. Here's the scenario nobody wants to talk about. It's day 4 after the disaster. Your freeze-dried meals are gone. The grocery stores were looted on day 1. Your neighbors are starting to get desperate, and you're staring at your pantry realizing you have maybe 2,000 calories left total. At your current burn rate, accounting for stress and physical labor, you've got 1 day before you're in serious caloric deficit. Your body will start breaking down muscle tissue, your cognitive function will degrade, you'll make mistakes that cost you everything. Starvation doesn't start with dramatic collapse. It starts with stupid mistakes caused by a brain running on fumes. The survival industry tells you to stock 72 hours of food, 3 days. That's the official recommendation you'll find everywhere. Wrong, wrong, wrong. 3 days gets you through a power outage. It doesn't get you through supply chain collapse. It doesn't get you through economic breakdown. Most people stockpile canned soup. Feels smart, right? It's ready to eat. It's familiar, except canned soup is 85% water. You're storing and transporting water in heavy metal containers when you should be storing concentrated calories. A case of soup weighs 30 pounds and gives you maybe 3,000 calories total. That's 100 calories per pound. Pathetic. Or they buy MREs, military meals ready to eat. These seem tactical, except MREs have a 5-year shelf life at 70 degrees, and that drops to 3 years at 80 degrees. They cost $8 to $12 per meal. And they're designed for soldiers who have supply chains, not civilians who need decades of storage. Or they grab cases of protein bars. Convenient. Portable. Except protein bars have a 1-2 year shelf life before the fats go rancid, and they cost $2-3 per bar for maybe 200 calories. You're paying $10 per 1,000 calories when you should be paying pennies. The solution: white rice. White rice, not brown rice, not wild rice, not some organic heritage grain. Plain, ordinary white rice. Here's why this is non-negotiable. White rice provides 1,650 calories per pound at a storage cost of roughly $0.50 per pound in bulk. That's 3,300 calories per dollar. Compare that to your freeze-dried meals at maybe 400 calories per dollar. You're getting 8x the survival capacity for the same money. The Red Cross has white rice in storage that's been verified edible after 30+ years in proper conditions. The USDA has test data on white rice remaining stable for 50+ years when stored in oxygen-free environments with moisture control. This isn't theory. This is proven. The science is simple. White rice is a processed grain where the bran and germ have been removed. Those components contain oils. Oils go rancid. Without them, white rice is almost pure starch, and starch is chemically stable for decades, stored in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers at room temperature or below, and you've got a calorie foundation that outlasts your mortgage. The multiplier functions. It's your caloric foundation. 50 pounds of rice is 82,500 calories. That's 33 days of survival for one person on calories alone for $25. It's your meal extender. You can mix rice with literally anything and double the volume while maintaining satiation. It's your barter currency. In a prolonged crisis, rice becomes more valuable than gold because you can't eat gold. A pound of rice might trade for items worth $20.50. It's your comfort food foundation. Rice with salt and oil is bland but familiar, filling, and psychologically stabilizing when everything else feels wrong. It's your fuel-efficient option. Rice cooks in 15-20 minutes with minimal heat. When fuel is scarce, this efficiency means your resources last weeks longer. One food, 5 survival functions. That's the density doctrine in action. The bridge. But calories alone are suicide. You've got your caloric base. You can survive for months on rice and water if you absolutely have to. But here's the brutal truth. Pure carbohydrates will keep you alive, but they won't keep you functional. After 30 days on rice alone, you'll develop protein deficiency. Your immune system crashes. Your wounds won't heal. Your muscles waste away despite adequate calories. Which brings us to the protein problem. Item 2. Dried pinto beans. The crisis. The invisible starvation. Here's what protein deficiency looks like. Week 1. You feel tired. Week 2. Your hair falls out more than usual. Week 3. Small cuts take twice as long to heal. Week 4. You're exhausted despite eating 2,000 calories a day. By week 6, your body is cannibalizing its own tissue. You're eating enough, but you're starving at the cellular level. Most people think canned beans are the answer. Wrong. Canned beans are 70% water. A 15 Oz can gives you maybe 350 calories and costs $1.50. That's 233 calories per dollar. And canned beans have a 2 or 3 year shelf life, or they stock protein powder, whey isolate, plant-based blends. Expensive at $20-$40 per pound, requires mixing, and degrades within 5 years, or they rely on freeze-dried meat. Costs $40, $60 per pound for the privilege of 10 years storage. The solution: dried pinto beans. Dried pinto beans. 1,550 calories per pound. Costs $1 per pound. 30+ year shelf life. But more importantly, they provide 15 grams of complete protein per cooked cup when combined with rice. This is the magic combination. Rice is deficient in lysine but rich in methionine. Beans are rich in lysine but deficient in methionine. Together, they create a complete amino acid profile that your body can use for tissue repair, immune function, and muscle maintenance. The Red Cross has beans in rotation from the 1970s that remain edible. 50-year-old beans that still cook, still taste acceptable, still provide the protein that keeps humans functional. The multiplier functions. It's your complete protein source. Combined with rice, you've got all 9 essential amino acids your body cannot manufacture. It's your fiber system, preventing the constipation that genuinely incapacitates people in emergencies. Beans provide 15 grams of fiber per cup. It's your micronutrient insurance, providing iron for oxygen transport, magnesium for muscle function, potassium for cardiac health. It's your psychological variety. After 3 weeks of plain rice, beans create texture, flavor, and the sense that you're eating real food. It's your satiation amplifier. Beans are dense and filling. They trigger fullness hormones. You eat less total volume because beans satisfy. 1 staple, 5 critical functions. Cost, $1 per pound. Shelf life, 50+ years. The bridge. But cooking time is fuel cost. You've got rice and beans, complete nutrition for months. But here's what nobody tells you. Beans take 90 minutes to cook after soaking, or 2-3 hours without soaking. That's massive fuel expenditure when propane, wood, or electricity might be scarce, which brings us to the secret weapon. Item 3, dried lentils, the fuel saver. The crisis, the fuel calculation. Day 45 of the emergency. You've been cooking beans every other day, and you've just realized you're down to your last propane canister. You've been burning through fuel at twice the rate you calculated. Now you're facing a choice: cook less frequently and feel hungry, or run out of cooking fuel entirely within 2 weeks. Most people don't store lentils. They're unfamiliar. They seem exotic. Wrong assumption. The solution: dried lentils. Dried lentils are the fastest cooking legume available. No soaking required. Cook time 15 minutes. Compare that to 90 minutes for beans. You've just reduced your fuel consumption by 83% while maintaining protein intake. Lentils provide 1,600 calories per pound and cost $1.50 to $2 per pound. Higher protein than beans at 18 grams per cup cooked. 20+ years shelf life under proper storage. Here's the tactical advantage. In a scenario where you need to cook and move quickly, lentils give you hot, nutritious food in the time it takes to boil rice. The multiplier functions. It's your rapid protein source. 15 minutes from dry lentils to edible food. It's your fuel conservation system. Every meal of lentils instead of beans saves you 75 minutes of cooking fuel. Over a year, that's hundreds of hours preserved. It's your variety protein. Lentils taste different from beans. After months of beans, lentils provide psychological relief from food fatigue. It's your portable protein. Because they cook so quickly, lentils are viable for bug-out situations where weight and speed matter. 1 legume, 4 tactical advantages. The Red Cross knows this. Now you do too. The bridge. But protein without calcium means broken bodies. You've got carbohydrates, you've got protein, but here's the crisis nobody sees coming. After 6 months without dairy, your bone density starts declining. Your teeth become fragile. Children stop growing properly. You need calcium. Item 4. Powdered milk, the calcium shield. The crisis, the calcium collapse. Most people don't think about calcium until their teeth start hurting, until a child complains of bone pain. Calcium deficiency is silent until it's catastrophic. You can't store fresh milk. Canned, evaporated milk has a 2-year shelf life. UHT milk lasts 6 or 9 months. None of these work for long-term preparedness. The solution: non-fat powdered milk. Powdered milk, specifically non-fat, lasts 20-25 years when stored in sealed containers with oxygen absorbers. The removal of fat prevents rancidity. The Red Cross stores industrial quantities specifically for children, elderly, and pregnant women. It's one of the only shelf-stable dairy options that provides meaningful nutritional value after years in storage. 1 cup of reconstituted powdered milk provides 30% of daily calcium needs, 8 grams of protein, and vitamin D for calcium absorption. Cost, roughly $0.25 per cup. The multiplier functions. It's your calcium insurance, 30% of daily requirements per cup. Your bones stay strong. Your teeth stay intact. It's your complete protein source. Milk protein is bioavailable and complete. 8 grams per cup. It's your caloric booster. Mix powdered milk into rice, oatmeal, soups, and you've added 80 calories and significant nutrition. It's your child nutrition system. Children require more calcium and protein per pound of body weight than adults. It's your psychological comfort. The taste of milk provides a connection to normalcy. 1 powder, 5 essential functions. The bridge, but without these next items, your body shuts down. You've got macronutrients now: carbs, protein, fat, calcium. But macronutrients are only part of the equation. Your body runs millions of reactions per second. Each requires specific vitamins and minerals. Miss even one, and critical systems start failing. Item 5. Iodized salt, the thyroid guardian. The crisis, the thyroid shutdown. Day 60 without iodine. Your thyroid gland starts malfunctioning. You feel exhausted despite eating enough. Your heart rate becomes irregular. Your body temperature drops. By day 90, you've developed a goiter. By day 120, your thyroid has shut down almost entirely. Iodine deficiency was a global epidemic before the 1920s. Then governments started adding iodine to salt, and the problem vanished. But in an emergency, if you're eating only stored food without iodized salt, you're setting yourself up for thyroid failure. Most people store regular salt or sea salt. Neither contains iodine. The solution: iodized table salt. Iodized salt lasts indefinitely, forever. Salt is a mineral. It cannot spoil. The Red Cross stores 50-year-old iodized salt because salt doesn't degrade, ever. The multiplier functions. It's your thyroid protection. 1/4 teaspoon provides 150 micrograms of iodine, preventing deficiency diseases. It's your food preservative. Salt inhibits bacterial growth. You can preserve meat, fish, and vegetables when refrigeration isn't available. It's your hydration regulator. Sodium is required for fluid balance. In hot weather, salt prevents dangerous electrolyte imbalances. It's your flavor enhancer. Salt makes bland survival food palatable. The psychological benefit cannot be overstated. It's your barter commodity. Salt has been currency throughout history because everyone needs it, and it lasts forever. 1 mineral, 5 survival functions. Cost: $2 for a lifetime supply. Item 6. White sugar, the morale weapon. Pure carbohydrate energy. Lasts forever if kept dry. Provides 1,700 calories per pound. The Red Cross stocks sugar not just for calories, but for mental health maintenance. The multiplier functions. It's your instant energy source. Simple sugars hit your bloodstream in minutes. When you're exhausted, sugar provides immediate fuel. It's your morale booster. Sweet food triggers dopamine release. In high-stress scenarios, this neurochemical reward keeps people functional. It's your food preservation tool. Sugar inhibits bacterial growth. Jams and preserves can last months when prepared with sufficient sugar. It's your barter commodity. Everyone wants sugar. It's a universal trade good. It's your calorie extender. Add sugar to oatmeal, rice, coffee, and you've increased caloric density without increasing cooking time. 1 sweetener, 5 critical functions. 10 pounds costs $6 and provides 17,000 calories. Item 7. Vegetable oil, the caloric bomb. The crisis, the fat deficiency. Most people forget that fat is essential. Your body cannot absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K without dietary fat. After 30 days on a zero-fat diet, your skin becomes dry and cracked. Your vision declines. Small wounds become infected. By 60 days, you're developing neurological issues because your brain is 60% fat. The solution: vegetable oil. Vegetable oil has the highest caloric density of any food at 4,000 calories per pound. 4,000. That's more than double the density of sugar. The Red Cross rotates oil stocks every 5 to 10 years because while oil does eventually go rancid, properly stored vegetable oil in sealed containers remain safe for a decade or more. The multiplier functions. It's your caloric bomb, 4,000 calories per pound. You can carry massive energy reserves in minimal space. It's your vitamin absorption system. Fat-soluble vitamins require dietary fat. Oil enables your body to use micronutrients in other foods. It's your cooking medium. Frying food requires oil. You can create more palatable meals with oil than without. It's your skin protection. In harsh conditions, oil prevents skin cracking that leads to infection. It's your lamp fuel. In extended power outages, vegetable oil can be used in improvised lamps for light. 1 bottle, 5 survival functions. A gallon costs $8 and provides 32,000 calories. The bridge. But micronutrients are where most preppers fail. You've got macronutrients covered, but vitamins and minerals are where amateur preppers fail catastrophically. Scurvy, beriberi, pellagra. These aren't diseases from history books. They're diseases that will absolutely affect you if you don't plan correctly. No sense. The Micronutrient Shield. Item 8. Multivitamin tablets. The scurvy prevention. The crisis. The scurvy timeline. 60 days without vitamin C, and you develop scurvy. Your gums bleed. Your teeth loosen. Old wounds reopen. By 90 days, you're experiencing joint pain so severe you can barely move. Scurvy killed more sailors than combat. It'll kill preppers too if they ignore micronutrients. The solution: daily multivitamins. A bottle of 365 multivitamins costs $10.15 and provides a full year of micronutrient insurance. Vitamins have a 2-5-year optimal shelf life, but they don't become dangerous after expiration. They just lose potency slowly. The Red Cross maintains rolling stocks of multivitamins because micronutrient deficiency kills, and it's the easiest problem to prevent.